Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hey, what we got going on today, as you can see, the Mercedes, because it's almost as tall as I am, is up on the quick jack, and what we're going to do is change out the fluid in the rear differential. According to the book, I think it's every 40,000 mile thing. The car's got just under 80,000 miles on it. Not sure if it's been done or not. Don't have the records to show, but we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm sure that the maintenance was done on it, but I just don't have it in my records. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and change that gear oil out. What I've got is right here the liquid moly, and this is what Mercedes-Benz calls for, and so that's what we're going to use. And I got this through my local Napa store. They had it in Dallas, had it here overnight, and picked it up today. And so really pretty simple. But most people will use a company called FCP Euro to get their fluids and parts and whatnot, and I have not ordered from them yet, but they have, based on their catalog, everything and anything that you could possibly need. So I'm sure I'll order stuff from them in the future. I do have a liquid pump that I'll put in the bottle and be able to pump it into the differential once I get the old oil out. With that said, let's go ahead and go underneath the car and get this fluid draining. And I'm going to show you the new tool that I built in order to drain this fluid, and so let's hope it works, because I'm not going to edit it. It's going to be all it is. It'll either work or I'm going to be an idiot. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Here's your exhaust pipe right here, and this is the drain plug right here. And so the socket that I have will fit in there. The problem is you can't get a ratchet in front of that socket, and so it has to go into that hole right there. And so let me see if I can do this. Now here's the tool that I built. Now we get to see if it's actually going to fit in there, and if it's going to work the way I planned on it working. Okay. It is a matter of kind of getting your fingers up in there to get it to kind of fit into the hole. There we go. Reached around to the other side, and it is seated all the way in there. Let me make sure that I can get the camera over here so you can see it. And that is it right there, seated in there. So move it back, and now getting it to loosen up is going to probably be a trick. Come around to the back side back here, and nope. That bugger's in there. Of course, you don't want to play when I do that. Now you're getting scared. And so what I did was put the two wrenches together so I have a little bit more leverage out of the one. I want to make sure that that is in there as tight as it can be, which it is. Whoops. Alright, we'll get the drain pan underneath it over here. Kind of get things situated. You may notice that I actually do have these nitro gloves on. The reason that I do that is because this gear oil does not smell real great. That 90 weight oil is just not got what I think is a very wonderful aroma. Alright, pull that tool out of there. I think I can get it by hand now. I sure can. Let me move stuff out of the way a little bit. I'd hate to sacrifice a GoPro for a video. There we go. And like I said, this stuff smells horrible. But it actually looks pretty clean, so I'm guessing that I feel confident saying that the service was conducted at the time that it needed to be. So the car was dealer maintained, so alright, I do have a little bit of oil and stuff on this is a heat diffuser, and a little bit on the exhaust, and so I am going to have to clean that up. And the drain plug is also in the bucket of oil, which doesn't surprise me any, but not a big deal for that. So that'll be something easy to fish out. And so anyway, as far as draining the fluid, that's pretty much it. I think that tool worked pretty well. I think getting a long-handled wrench is going to be the way to go, and so I know Harbor Freight carries those, and it's something that I'm going to turn into a unitasker anyway, so there we have it. That's the way that one's going to be. So let me go ahead and take a break here, grab some towels, clean everything up, and put this thing back together. Alright, there's the drain plug. It is back in. It is tightened down. I'm not sure what the torque spec is on that thing, but I'm pretty sure it is where it needs to be, because that bugger was tight coming off of there. So it's in there. A little bit of oil in there. Let's clean that up. Downside to oil is you get a little bit. It goes a long way when it starts spreading, and I don't want it to go that far. So yeah, from what I can see, that ought to be good. Now we're going to move over to the other side, pull the top bolt or top plug, and commence to putting some fluid back in it. Alright, what I did here is on this side, it's kind of the same deal. I could have used the tool that I made, but it's not as necessary. So I took a half drive. I've got the socket, that the 14mm socket that kind of goes to it, and so I used an extended ratchet with a half drive, and kind of came in from the outside. You do have the clearance here above the exhaust, so that you don't have to worry so much about it. I do want to grab, before I pull this plug out, I want to grab a towel, get it underneath it, because chances are it's probably going to have a little bit of oil on it, and so just keep it from making a little bit of a mess. And so let me see. Make sure you can see it. There it is. That plug is out, and all in all, looks good. Should be pretty easy there. I'm going to leave that plug sitting right on that socket. Now I've got my pump. Too far back with it. And the nice thing about this is it has a little bit of a keeper kind of a deal, and so there we go. And I want to keep an eye on it because I don't want this stuff. I don't want the hose to pop out of there and squirt the crap everywhere, because it makes a heck of a mess. Alright, that's bottle one. Alright, we're on bottle two. I do have some blue towels under here, so when this does dribble out of there, it'll be ready to go. Just like that. It is full. Now we put the plug back in. Come on. Done. Get that one. Make sure we wipe off the exhaust real good. There we have it. Really a pretty simple job, but let's go upstairs. Alright, so there you have it. Really it was a pretty simple job. Took honestly, start to finish would have been about probably 30 to 45 minutes. I can't stress enough how important it is, though, to make sure that you adequately and properly support the vehicle before you're getting underneath it. And the reason that I'm following up on that is because of how tight those were. If you're not properly supported, you can move that vehicle around enough that you could knock it off of some lesser jack stands. So just make sure that you're careful with what you do. Safety is really, really important. I hate to see somebody try to do one of their own jobs and wind up being hurt or killed because of it. So be careful. Stress safety. Pay attention to what you're doing. Excuse me. If it doesn't look like something that you think you ought to be doing, back off and try something different. So, all right, that job is done. Really pretty simple. Don't be afraid to do stuff like that yourself if you have the tools and the capabilities, and if not, you probably have a friend that knows how to do some of this stuff, so reach out. But anyway, as always, I appreciate you watching Yellow Jacket Garage. I thank you for watching my videos. I'm trying to just have fun with it. So anyway, keep doing your own wrenching. Hey, it's actually a pretty good time to get underneath and do it. I've got a mess that I have to go clean up now because when I was coming out from underneath the car, I did kick the drain pan, and it kind of splashed a little bit. Fortunately, it's on some cardboard that I have laid down, but still, it's kind of annoying when you do stuff like that. So again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the road.